going berserk in all the right ways and forcing Sirius to reassess the situation, come up with a new game plan here.
Yeah, he's looking fabulous at the moment as we're just approaching the halfway point, and it makes me wonder that he was worried about him getting top 8 or not. He could even come 7th depending on the circumstance between Nosfer and Rafa later on, and that was...
I just realized I
get that second frag, but still got plenty of time, and this is
haven't been
he's now made it a 5 frag deficit, picked up the heavy items are segregated,
streaming for like the past like 20 minutes or so. So Navmeshing is actually going pretty well. It is a little hard in the cave area, but yeah, it's going pretty well.
From Strong Sage's LG. Good rocket zone, going to be clean up with the LG. Great stuff from Sirius, now making it 4 left to Mail to tie this game.
Oh my god, that rocket was huge. And I think, suffice to say, Sirius has awoken, as he is making it interesting. Does unfortunately miss that hook to rail to try and cut off Mega. It's a bit early anyway. He's going to go up the jump pad. That's free damage for Strong Sage. Didn't have another hook to try and misdirect. That one might cost him here. Jumping right back in. Decent damage. Needs to land a little more rocket damage, but at least bullies Strong Sage off of the Mega. Claims it as his own. So still very much in this. 5 frags down. Looking to catch fire at the right time to try and take at least this map, Lethal.
He's trying, mate. He's trying, but with these defensive rockets, it's given little faith over the course.
Hello.
Mega's up in 5. In the position for it to at least do a fair amount of damage, but good damage coming out from Strong Sage in comparison, and picks up the Mega. Heavy's up in 10. Good position, but... And I love that as well with the rail combo straight after the LG. Free heavy now for Strong Sage.
Nice rail from Strong Sage, and Sirius just has to go all in, and oh, Strong Sage makes it a highlight reel with the Berserk punching for the frag. You don't really see that a lot too much anymore. And Sirius just has to push in on this heavy, try and make something happen. A lot of LG coming out from Strong Sage, easy. Avoids the damage as well. There's a free heavy behind him, and he could just lay it on with that stack, because he didn't really take a lot of damage. There's the float straight to the heavens. Sirius riding the lightning a tiny bit, and it's all gone horribly wrong.
So it has been caught the LG with his trousers down once again as he was flying past, but yeah, 15-4, definitely the final nail in the coffin now. Doing some additional work with the LG, and speaking of LG, let's have a look at the percentages. Sirius still with 55% LG, mind you, 70% rail, but Strong Sage...
That's just how Sirius does.
The rail, 80.
It's a lot. It's a whole bunch. It's a big
A little odd, actually.
Oh my god, make it stop. Will? Oh no, not again.
I was going to say, we haven't seen any fisticuffs at all, as you mentioned. We've had 2, almost 3 this game. Sirius does punish him, though.
He's like, stop that nonsense right now. Right meow.
Heavy. Is that mind you? Oh, what a mid-air as well. And doesn't stop him going for the heavy. Strong Sage is still able to win that little scuffle with 3 HP left remaining. Mega's up in 10, 90 seconds left until... Oh my god, that drive-by for you.
When are we going to get the Insta-Give show match between all the players in the Quake Pro League?
Soon.
I'd put like $4 into the prize pool for that. A Sirius drops down with some buckshot, adds another frag, but he has like 1 HP, maybe hanging on by a thread. 20-7 with a minute left. And chat is going ballistic as they know Sirius is going to clap back and bring this back to sudden death.
Oh my god, it's 20-7, wow.
High probability of I'm sure. Mega's up, but Sirius
That is in the very much wrong spot.
I don't know, let's have a little bit of a think. You know when you go to the park and just have a little think and just think about life in general.
Stare out into the water and contemplate walking into the water with your mouth open? No, I've never done that, Lethal. I don't know what you're talking about. 21-7. No signs of stopping. There's the jump over, a little bit dangerous, but Strong Sage can't convert with the rail, and now it's just an instigate battle. Punches, more punches, oh no!
Just continuing being annoying. Ooh, the rocket row, 9 HP, he's able to stay alive, misses the rail, Sirius cleans up. Machine gun, but the damage has already been done for you. 22 to 8, that's going to be it. It's going to be a 3-0 for Strong Sage, and should confirm his place in the top 8. We'll have it all confirmed later on, but still good stuff from Strong Sage. Played extremely well, adapted a little bit better, and was able to comply with everything he wanted to do in terms of his traps and his adaptation there. So pretty damn good stuff, and still the hit percentages from Sirius is still unreal. 54 LG and 66 with the rail, but for Strong Sage though, even against the Athena, 64% with that rail as well.
Not bad. The biggest damage, probably emotional. Strong Sage able to take that 3-0. Unfortunate there. You could see the frustration from Sirius, but that's the way that season's going to end for both those players. So, shouts to Strong Sage, ending a, I would say, pretty fantastic rookie year. Sirius, again, had a pretty good year as well. Not the way you want to end it, of course. But we'll see exactly how everything shakes out leaderboard-wise later, because I just can't do math. Again, I will never shut up about that, chat. Deal with it. We take a look at the highlights. And yeah, I mean, glaring issues here, Lethal, that you could pinpoint. I mean, it just seemed like a lot of it was frustration-based pushing, a little careless on some of the positioning from Sirius, and Strong Sage just hit some great rails, don't get me wrong, but a lot of it was kind of just tossed up to him, it felt like.
Yeah, Sirius's aim skill was there, of course, but you can see that Strong Sage had quite a long-term game plan with a lot of most maps. Molten Falls was a good example of that. So as I mentioned earlier, with the scale, is you know, we've seen a lot of scrims, and you know, Strong Sage plays relatively the same as what he did in the scrims compared to this match in a tournament setting. And for Sirius, he was playing well. Like, even though it was 0-0 for quite a long time, he wasn't falling for a lot of the shenanigans Strong Sage was trying to comply with. But yeah, frustration, it could be a key word. The first map, I'll kind of write it off a little bit because we know how inexperienced Sirius is on the clutch. But I would probably say more Sirius made that pick as it is the final week going into Quake Pro League, just to try and test it out, test the waters a little bit. But also just to say to everyone, you know, I may have a clutch pick, you know, in my back pocket going into some of these best of 3s or best of 5 going into QuakeCon, just to give everyone like that fresh thought that he may just pull it out of nowhere. But even if he doesn't plan to use it at all, it's just playing those mind games really. But yeah, the 0-2 from Molten Falls, I kind of expected Strong Sage to come out on top on that one if he gets that early lead. But that Awoken game was pretty crazy. I didn't expect such a huge scoreline, but it is what it is. Sirius didn't really have anything to gain from it. It's really mainly for Strong Sage. It was all to play for, and we'll have to see how much difference that will make going into next month.
Yep, Strong Sage didn't pull any punches, but that's the end of our third set of the day. We have 2 more, one of which is a featured match. We're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to get into Sid.
Oh, one of those?
Shane. Don't go too far. We'll be back.
Yeah, like I said, this area is kind of tough. Damn, that's unfortunate. All right. This area is freaking hard because so much in the way, and I can't delete a lot of it.
Back to Quake Pro League Week 18, where we cut it close. I'm 40 Lions, joined by Lethal, and up next we have Sib versus Chain.
Yes, we certainly do indeed. As Chain now, we know how well he progresses in an offline setting and the crazy placements he has. We know he's not too formidable in terms of the Pro League regular season, but it always comes out smashing it as he always does an offline setting, but we'll have to see in how that goes, of course, in just a couple weeks' time. But going back to this matchup, for Sib, we know he's behind in points. We know that Saiki was able to get that map win earlier, but also has a series win more underneath his belt. So if Sib is able to take this 2-1, he can overtake Saiki, but this is for 14th or 15th seed, and it depends how much they worry about what group they're going to be placed in on day one at QuakeCon, as we'll find out shortly.
Yeah, going to be a whole bunch of things as we take a look at the track record from Sib. It is a little brutal, just a little bit. There's a couple map victories in there though. So, but you know, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. What matters is the land setting QuakeCon 2-ish weeks away. And that's what we can focus on and what the players should be focusing on. This one is a bit of a formality. Not a lot of leaderboard changes will occur. Both players want to get a dub to end the season, of course. But in the grand scheme of things, nothing really matters, so why even try? But Shane, as you said, excels on LAN. We've seen him get top 6 a lot. So the online portion, although not his favorite, I'm sure, as we take a look at the Sea of Grey, he can pop off on LAN. We've seen him do it. But again, online, being able to win and finish out the season with a dub, not going to hurt. So both these players going into this knowing that, I'm sure. And yeah, the track record, a little rough for Chain too, which I don't think we're used to seeing this kind of Chain. Usually a little bit better, a little more 50%-ish, maybe 60, I don't know, in terms of win-loss. But yeah, it's a little brutal for both players. I would say not normally for Chain.
Yeah, and you probably noticed as well that Sib has taken, even though he's only won one series the entire regular season, he's taken a lot of maps. Like, he's taken 9, but he's taken a lot of his maps off some of the top dogs around in the Quake Pro League, which is definitely better than he would normally do. He's just not been able to close out a lot of his series, which is a bit unfortunate. But for Chano, he's got nothing to play for apart from using this match just to kind of prepare going into QuakeCon. But for Sib, though, if he takes this 2-1, then he will overtake Saiki to get 14th instead of 15th. But this is what these two are going to be playing for so far.
I think we have the pick bands ready. We can kind of see what we have in store for this series. Deep Embrace, Awoken Blood coming in. It looks like Ranger versus Anarchy to start us off. A little bit of Nyx versus Slash on Awoken. And then rounding it
Whoa, 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 whoa. Slash on Awoken? That's such a bad pick that I'm so surprised Shane would even consider that. Like, pick Doom on Awoken. You banned Clutch, you picked Doom. Well, Sib picked Nyx. Shane, you can pick Doom on Awoken. Do so much better on that. Then Sib pretty much has to ban Slash on Blood Covenant, which I think he would. Then you could have the same matchup all you want for Visor, Sorlag on Blood Cove. But why? Slash is so bad on Awoken. Terrible pick.
I mean, the thing that stands out most is I like the respect bans from both players. Obviously, taking Clutch out of Sib's hands, don't want to deal with that. But also Sib taking Athena out of Chain's hands because Chain has been playing a lot of Athena. So I dig that level of respect from both players. And going into this, it should be interesting to see exactly how both players approach this. I do like the Ranger on Deep Embrace just because of the Dire Orb a little bit better than I do.
I like the Anarchy. Well, I actually like both of them on Deep Embrace. They're both really good.
For once,
but this is huge. Slash on Awoken's bad.
He's clawed some maps of some of his top players. He could really put a spanner in the works in terms of how he can topple Chain to a certain point. It depends how much Chain has been practicing.
The Blood Cove is definitely favoring the Visor.
I've only seen Sib stream a couple of times over the last couple of weeks in terms of his performance and how he's trying to progress. So it really could go either way. Honestly, it really could. I'd probably say Chain this time round, but it wouldn't surprise me if Sib was able to take this either. I think we'd know by map number 2 like how things are going to dictate between the two.
In terms of like gauntlet kills, do you see any of those on the board?
If I have to pick one or the other, not really in terms of skill, because I think Chain just wins via skill, but in terms of map picks, I think Sib's got better map, like he's got better picks on these maps. Like Ranger's probably slightly better on Deep Embrace. Nyx is definitely better than Slash on Awoken. But Chain does have this map pick better. That's a better pick. Yeah. Yeah, just very strange picks.
Dire Orb and Ranger in general with a passive of rocket jumping and taking less self-damage is just so huge, especially.
But yeah, I actually have to go offline now. I have plans today. I didn't have as much time as I thought. But we did get quite a bit done in terms of like Navmesh, so I'm sorry for like the weird, like it's just been a weird streaming day. So for everybody on YouTube, I apologize for like the weird kind of mix-ups. It's very strange. But say lovey. Anyways, I hope y'all have a great day. I'll be back tomorrow with more nav meshing. Hopefully enough nav meshing to finish nav meshing. Like, this cave area is probably the hardest part, to be honest. Probably the hardest. So, anyways, yeah, once we're done this cave level for nav meshing, then the rest of it should be pretty much smooth sailing. But, yeah. Hope y'all have a great day. I'll see y'all tomorrow. It'll be probably a pretty long one tomorrow because we got a lot to do. But I'll see y'all later. And yeah, sorry. Yeah, have a great day.